When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Acrisure Stadium, home of the Pitt Panthers. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Pittsburgh Panthers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gas. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, you love to see this offensively. On the first drive of the game, your quarterback taking a shot down the middle of the defense, finding a guy for a big play.
The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got an open man. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Sends it back in motion. He'll throw on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. The sure hands. It's Rasmussen. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And the Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
The Panthers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Hit right back to the line. He'll keep it himself. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Wants to go up top. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. They were backed up and now more than out of trouble at the midfield stripe. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback on the keeper. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Let's go, let's go.
Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the Panthers, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to run it. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's 3rd down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the 4th down.
Pitt will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. He's got great speed, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, get some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
The Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Sanders. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
This could have the earmarks of a wasted drive if they don't come up with something on 2nd down from the 13. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Rasmussen. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
As
there's not a lot to think about when you're the quarterback. You've got one of the best receivers in the country. You get him the ball any way possible. It doesn't matter if one guy's covering him or two guys are covering him. He just gets open and gets first downs.
Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll move the tight end. The play-action fake. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
The Panthers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. On the run, it's McBride. Finding open areas. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it to the right here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's McBride. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Third down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They're going to ride this running back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And Seminoles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Defense wants to bring the heat. They'll go to the ground. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And the Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. On target over the middle. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
And as an offense, man, the last place you want to be is 3rd and long. And I think he's just got to put a little bit more muscle on that football. It comes up short. Got to step into it, throw that maybe a little bit harder. But this offense now in a difficult 3rd and long situation.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. He'll take a shot. Touchdown Seminoles! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's McBride. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Pitt pushing the pace. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to pass on second down. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Caught behind the line. It's Carter. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Under fire. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Gets it out fast. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He'll do it himself. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a heat. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the back. Wants to fire on second down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down, and it'll be fourth.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on fourth.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Touch pass on the run. There he goes. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Pulled down at the 45-yard line, and that's the kind of ball hawking a defensive coordinator loves to see.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. At the 45, on its way. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
And the Panthers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Tight end now in motion. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Rasmussen.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Panthers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
And the Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. From the gun on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Rasmussen. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, this offense basically lined up and said, I don't care if you double team him, triple team him, it really doesn't matter. We're still going to feature him. And guess what happens? They still get the first down, even though he was double teamed.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Absolutely perfect. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this.
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Got the 1st down himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Quick completion on the out route. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Man, that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. 2nd down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
I think you've seen 2 plays back-to-back now with poor pass protection. Guys have to do a better job. You've got a golden chance here to put a touchdown on the board. In 2 consecutive plays, they can't protect the QB.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Ohio is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Athens for some time. They're up by 16 over the Red Hawks of Miami. Any big developments here on the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Hauls it in. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Wide open downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball in the lanes right behind him.
And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Aurora. Pulls it in. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Panthers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Leaves it with the back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him, made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll send the tight end in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Knowles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Zings it complete to the right. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Slithers into space. Turning on the Jets. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. Reads it, fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Right on the money. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And it's like the defense knew on 3rd and goal, they're not a tackle in the middle. They're going to go to the outside. They run the touch pass, and they fly after it, fly upfield, make the tackle, and now it's decision time. 4th and goal. What you going to do, offense?
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Noles! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man down the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Panthers want to move quickly.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this, and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Rasmussen.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
The Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll keep it on the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Off play action. Quarterback now breaking the field. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Unloads to the right. And make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Defense looks as if it's coming. Right back to the well.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Seminoles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Florida State! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
I'm going to have Noel Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off play action on first down. Quarterback moving. Unleashes one. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.